What's up, guys? My name is Erin, and today we're going to talk about some USB mics. So I am a classical singer and also a singing teacher. So I spend a lot of time on streaming platforms, listening to people sing, singing myself, singing into mics. I have been looking for a good USB mic for a while that will both serve me with my singing needs and also my students. I'm looking for a mic that can do 3 different things. 1, I want to make sure that the microphone can pick up subtle musical gestures. Number 2, I want to make sure that the mic can handle some loud volume. As a classical singer, I get pretty loud sometimes. So I want to make sure the mic can handle that. And number 3, I want to make sure that the mic is affordable. I don't expect my students to drop $400, $700 on a microphone. All of the mics that I am testing today are under $200. Quick sidebar, I am not an audio engineer, so I'm not going to be doing analysis that involves decibels and frequencies and hertz and how loud and beautiful it is on a scientific level. But I do have 20 years experience singing and lots of experience teaching that I can use to do a really basic test between these types of microphones. I'm going to be testing out 5 different microphones today, so let's meet them. These are my all-up headphones. I use them when I'm on video calls with just like friends and family. It has a little volume control on the side and then has a little like mute toggle. The mic is adjustable, which is really nice. They're actually very comfy. These go for about $25. So this is the Blue Snowball Ice. It's kind of big, but it's super cute. It looks like a little robot. It doesn't appear to have a mute button. This goes for about $50. This is the Shure Mv5. It's so tiny. Look at it, it's so cute. There is a mute button at the back. There's also a couple different modes that you can use. I played around a little bit and ended up liking the instrument mode, so I'm using that. This goes for about $100. This is the Blue Yeti 10th anniversary edition. It's actually blue, which is also fun. There is a mute button at the front and there are little volume controls for your headphones. There is a gain control in the back and then a little like settings thing. There's 4 different types of settings. I like the stereo version the best, so we're gonna try using that. You can find it for about $130. As a control, I'm gonna be using my phone, which is a Galaxy S9. So I'm going to do 2 basic tests to see how the microphones react. The first one is going to be a dynamics test where I start softly, get louder, and then get soft again. And the second one, I'm just going to barrel and like sing real loud so we can see how the mic handles that. Up first, the dynamics test. For the dynamics test, I'm going to start softly, crescendo into a louder sound, and then decrescendo. I'll be about 1.5 feet away from each of the mics, except for the all-up, which I will be wearing. Let's take a listen and compare these mics side by side. honestly, the thing that I was most surprised about was how well my phone did. I honestly thought it would be sort of like at the bottom tier, but it did really well at picking up the sort of subtle changes. The all-up by comparison didn't do very well. It cut out in the middle, and I've heard that before with my students. I feel like these gaming mics are really good for like blocking out sound that you don't want. So like if you're gaming and all you want to do is like hear the other person, then it's like great. I don't know, maybe like mics that are a little bit more expensive, a little nicer, might be better gaming mics, but for this one specifically, it doesn't really pick up these changes. The Ice, the Shure, and the Yeti kind of went the way I expected them to. The Ice, I guess, had a little bit more depth and sound than I was anticipating, but it didn't really have a lot of cleanliness. Like it was sort of just like a lot of sound, but my ear wasn't drawn to anything in particular. For the Shure and the Yeti, I feel like they were both fairly decent. If I had to pick one, I would pick the Yeti, but they seemed pretty comparable for the most part. So the next test I'm going to be doing is a test of volume. I am a classical singer, so odds are if you live in my building, you've heard me. Sorry about it. I bribe people with cookies. It's a real thing. I want to make sure that whatever mic I end up picking for myself can handle that kind of intense soprano volume. And by handle, I mean like literally the composer, because that's what I'm going to be singing in this test. I'm going to be singing a portion of Handel's Messiah. It's like super high and super soprano-y and super loud. So we're going to see how the mics react to that. I know from experience that if you're singing at high volume, sometimes it's better to move the mic farther away from you. One is going to be 1.5 feet, the next is going to be 5 feet, and the one after that is going to be 8 feet away. So I'm gonna just test all of them at all those different distances and then take the best one and compare those side by side. Okay, let's hear how this goes. My main takeaway from this test is that there's a trade-off between the quality of the sound and then how many times I blew out the mic. For the Shure and the Yeti, they had like a pretty decent quality of the sound. It like sounded pretty good. But for both of them, I blew out the mic more than once, which is not ideal. Definite no-no if I'm recording for somebody. The all-up, by comparison, had no blowouts. There was no time when I blew out the mic from 8 feet away, but the quality of the sound was like not super great. It sort of sounded very far away and like kind of recorded like from a spy thing, like within your jacket or whatever. The phone, again, struck a pretty good balance between them. Like it didn't have the color that the Yeti or the Shure did, so it wouldn't be great for like professional recording, but like in a pinch, did okay. The Ice was kind of the worst of both worlds because you got a lot of color, but man, did it blow out, and it also just like wasn't very clean. The thing is, I really want the color of the Yeti and the Shure without blowing out the mic. So I'm gonna try another thing. I'm gonna try something that the Shure manual recommends. I'm gonna try putting the mic at a diagonal on the floor instead of right in front of me. So we're gonna try this and see if it helps. Here it goes. So this is better than before, but it's still not where I want it to be. My heart just always wants more. Cue musical theater song. I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna try adjusting the mic input level through my computer. I'm going to make the mic less sensitive so it picks up less sound, and then I'm gonna move it back up to being 1.5 feet away from me. We're gonna do 50% for the Yeti and 30% for the Shure. So we're gonna do that and we're gonna see how it goes. So adjusting the gain actually did the thing that I wanted it to do. Going into my computer and changing the volume input level did the trick. So now I have the color of those nicer mics without any of the blowout. Obviously, you're not gonna get the same color as you would if you had a much nicer microphone, but I think for the purposes of online lessons and some basic recording from home, these mics do a pretty good job. I think the Yeti is slightly better than the Shure as far as the quality of the sound goes. However, the gain control is what really kind of clinches the deal for me with the Yeti. I go back and forth between recording and singing pretty loudly and then having lessons with students where I'm singing a little bit or I'm mostly talking. I don't want to go into my settings all of the time and go like, okay, I'm gonna turn down the volume input, now I'm gonna turn it up and down and up and down. This way, I can keep it low on my computer and then I can adjust the gain on the actual microphone to adjust to individual students' needs and their lessons. TLDW, the Yeti is great. The Shure is also pretty good. If you're at a pinch, your phone is also probably gonna be okay. I mean, phones are built for like communicating with each other via voice, so it does make sense that phones would be pretty decent. At the very least, it's more decent than the other mics that we tested. That is my video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a safe and happy holiday season, and someday I will see your face in person again. Goodbye. Mwah.